Good morning. Welcome to Politics and Power on TSLNigeria TV. It's another Wednesday again, and we're live on set to discuss things that borders our nation, Nigeria. I'm privileged, let me use the word, I'm privileged to have a guest on set this morning. Not just a guest, we have so many persons that are good with analyzing the situation of things in this country, but only few persons want to really get into the field and help resolve the issues as far as governance is concerned in this country. So we're privileged to have somebody that has decided to stick his neck out to contest for the position of House of Rep.
House of Rep.
House of Rep, yeah, representing the good people, to represent the good people of
One federal constituency.
One federal constituency. I thought they have no Owan East, Owan West.
But one makes up the.
Okay, to represent the people of Owan federal constituency of Edo State, and that's the person of Comrade Erasmus Ihide.
Yeah.
Now, Comrade Erasmus is actually contesting under the third force. I guess that's the best way to refer to your party at this point in time. The third force.
Okay, the liberating third force.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Now you decide to add something to the liberating third force
of the country,
and that's the Labour Party. Now, let me ask the question: why the Labour Party?
Well, at the moment, someone asked a question. Look, I actually did that on a VOA Voice of America last week. The similar question came up to say, why the Labour Party? Particularly because you have served as special advisor to the governor of Edo State, governor of Oshu State, on media, and you didn't see anything wrong with that. And now you are in Labour Party. And what has changed? And I told them that in the interview that, look, the point to be made is that in as much as I was there as an advisor to the governors at different levels at different times, I was not satisfied because I knew that Nigerian nation, the people are also not satisfied with the trend of development. And so the people needed a change.
Okay.
And that change was spiked by the consciousness of the youth, particularly with the NSAS protest.
Okay.
And they were embodied and bored to be, to take their destiny in their own hands, and they're actually looking for an alternative.
Okay.
And if I had to go to PDP or the APC, for instance, to contest, of course, you knew how the youth were shut up with the exorbitant prices of, for you say, 100 million naira to pick a form for presidency or something, maybe 80 million, 60 million, respectively. So how many of us who have stolen money, the youth, who have access to that kind of money, to be able to contest an election?
Okay.
Most elections at that level are essentially the highest bidder.
Yes.
And as such, even if you are able to take the form, you are not sure that you should be able to dollarize the system as much as they do. For instance, you saw what happened in the APC PDP presidential election. When one particular candidate, delegate, took the money and went to use the money to pay for his local government, about 250 people, use the money to pay the form for them, and then go to the hospital and pay the bills of some people, and then use the money about 60 million that he got as a candidate, as a delegate to be able to vote. And that was the promise he made to them. Please vote for me as a candidate to qualify to be able to vote at the presidential election for those who want to be. But I will give you the 10% of the money that I will get from there, because I know that they are going to share money there. Okay. So how many of us will be able to do that? Second, the difference between APC at the moment is when you are asked to choose between 6 or half a dozen. Like Obasanjo jokingly said, he said the difference between APC and PDP is, he said no, he said without Peter Obi and Labour Party, Nigeria would have been forced to choose between Otapepe and Gamali 40.
Okay.
So which means either of the two are lepers.
Okay. The system he was once part of.
Yeah, the system he was once part of. Okay. But again,
and he was not just part of, he was among the founding fathers.
Yes.
So which means that it's actually what we see today is as a result of the foundation they laid
Well, I'm not here to hold brief for
No,
him.
I'm just
But
trying,
there's something- there's
I'm
something-
trying to put the issue straight so that we don't get to deceive our audience. They get to understand.
No, the truth.
So they get to understand better who is talking.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Obasanjo had his own challenges and the party has its own crisis.
Okay.
But fundamentally, which has been a systemic problem in Nigeria, it is not the individual as it were. It is the system. What has happened to the PDP as a party? What has happened to the APC as a party? For instance, there's climatic crisis at the moment with the PDP, for instance, because they violated their own constitution, which says power must rotate. And that is why you have Wiki almost behaving like a child, like a bull in a China shop.
Okay, now, you just said something about the system.
Yeah.
You see, it's easy for you to look as if something is actually working now, unless, let's quote the law of inertia, that everything remains in a particular state unless there's this external force that comes and you now get to know. Okay, now the question I want to ask is this. Your party, the Labour Party, tend to be enjoying goodwill among Nigerians. And I like the fact that you had to confirm the belief of most Nigerians that Labour Party, the solidarity you guys enjoy is a fallout from the NSAS protest. That's
absolutely. Yeah.
The question is this. APC was deemed to be the alternative for PDP until they got power. We now started to see the rot in the system. Yeah. So don't you think your own party will still suffer the same issue when they are entrusted with power?
Okay. For instance, if you are very familiar with your history, with our history, just more so that Nigerians have been told to forget their history. Okay. And as I said, as we're in lectures and other places, that the people of Otoma are the people who died. The reason why they died was because they forgot their history. Okay. Nigerians must not forget their history, our political history for that matter. Labour Party have been in existence since 45 years. But being the doldrum because we have not been able to get what we call a demagogue, a political demagogue, for instance, somebody who would talk and people listen just like Obi came and all of that. And Labour Party have been looking out as a party that is well structured, that is systemic. When I mean systemic, they are the organizational based political party, where you have the TUC, the NSC, the NUPENG, the Texas Union, every other organization. In fact, Labour Party is the only party in Nigeria, as you know, that there is no person in Nigeria who is a worker that is not a member of a political party, of that Labour Party, because it comes through the base to the top because of this institution, because of the structure there. Now, it is difficult to be able to manipulate structures around that area. But on the political scene as we have it, it is better for one money bag to just come and say, look, this is what I want. Okay. I want XYZ. I want people to manipulate.
Okay, now you're talking about money bag. Yes. I remember you started this conversation by telling us about the primaries, how expensive it is, how they have dollarized and monetized the selection. I prefer to use the word selection process as far as our politics is concerned. But I'm going to ask you a simple question now. A few weeks ago, His Excellency Governor Godwin Obaseki made a statement that drew a lot of reactions online, that soon the Labour Party will run out of steam.
Yes.
And a few days later, we had this cry from your party leadership that election in Nigeria is expensive, that it's going to affect, that they're looking for ways to raise monies to persecute the election in Nigeria. So I want to ask you a question, sir. Are you guys ready for the 2023 election? Money-wise?
Well, I should have directed that question specifically to the Nigeria, particularly the youth. Youth, are you ready to get yourself liberated?
No, I should ask you.
You have asked. I will answer that.
Okay, good.
I needed you to expand that question.
Okay, good.
The horizon of the question, because I must be a journalist, as you know.
Okay. Good.
Now, are we ready for the election? That's the second question. The first was on the governor's outburst that the party was going to run out of steam. Now, it goes to question what the electoral law says about the spending in an election. For instance, this state, Atiku Abubakar was here last week or thereabout. Okay. And people were mobilized from my community, one community. Each of them were giving for 5,000 naira. I don't know who does that. Allegedly, I'm not going to mention the names of the people who do that. Now, whose money do they spend to do that? They are pounding.
Is there any law? Is there any law?
There's a law. There's a law
to mobilize people to.
No. The electoral law only says that you can. There's a window of limit of amount of money you can spend in an election, but nobody monitors that. That's one of the systemic crisis that we're having. But it is because they have that free taxpayers' money, the Commonwealth of. So
why do you feel it's actually taxpayers' money they are spending?
Okay, well,
PDP is not in power.
Yeah, the PDP doesn't have to be in power at the center.
Okay.
But in this state, they are in power, as you are already aware.
When Mimiko was a Labour Party governor in those states.
Yes. Mimiko was Labour Party governor in those states.
Good. So you guys are also in power, not at the center, but in some states.
At some states, even at some national level. But let us not get at.
You guys have taxpayers' money to spend too.
No, what I'm saying is that it depends on who is there at the point in question, and what money was to be meant to be spent at a certain time. For instance, now we're looking at Edo State. The governor, because they are used to toss-a-bro politics, they felt that the tactics, impact of their own governance will rub it off on us. Or it's like a child. When you shut your eyes, the evidence of what is happening around will not be known by the people. But that's not true. Now, the governor himself was one of the first persons who said, every person is obedient, including his whole immediate family. So suddenly it turns around. So when you see people...
No, he was just saying the trend. He didn't say that the fact that people are claiming to be obedient, he didn't say a Labour Party will win the election. He only said that this is the trend that's really going on. And we know how fast trend dies in this country.
No, let me tell you. Let me tell you why these trends can't die.
Okay, good.
The reason why trend can't die is that some of the Jews just got after about 8 months, just went back to school. So many of them had gone through a lot of crisis.
Yes.
Family had run into crisis.
Okay.
And the country is actually in turmoil. So what we need to be told, or what Nigerians need to be aware of, has there been improvement? What gave Philip vent to that agitation, to that unrest, to that discomfort, to that discontent against the government of the day? Has it changed? So it is when those things are changed, when the disease have improved on the fact that, you can now buy fuel at 89 naira per litre, not at 250, which I just got now. Okay. Then you can now think that trend, that cicatrices around that trend will change. It's not going to change. It's the gushing of blood and the killing and the raping and the kidnapping. Has it changed?
Okay.
No. The downslide, the devaluation of the naira and the economy, has it changed? So when they are talking about something being changed, had the road been fixed in Edo State, for instance, people are being kidnapped here.
But they just fixed our road.
Well, that is not fixed.
So people like us were happy.
That is tokenism and papering of the road.
But you just fixed. It's fixed.
But wait for another season.
We don't get to know the term you are going to use.
Wait for another season.
The reason why I'm saying this is that it don't depend on, Nigeria is very broad.
No, I talked about tokenism, right?
Okay, good.
This road that you are seeing here, in the next season it will wash off.
Okay.
Because there are no gutters.
Okay.
So they simply paper the roads. It's not going to change the dynamics or the fact that people are actually dying of hunger, that we are living less than
$1. Rasmus, the question is direct.
Yeah.
Simple and direct.
You are not allowed me to answer the two questions.
Money to prosecute the 2023 election.
Now
because your party leadership is already crying out that the election is expensive.
No,
are you going to say it's not expensive?
The national chairman, Comrade Julius Abure, who've been in the trenches together for more than 20 years, it was misquoted. That the money is too expensive, the election is too expensive.
It's not expensive to run.
Now let me tell you how elections are run and won. Many countries in Africa.
No, can we just be...
Okay, let's be fair.
Narrow down to Nigeria.
Yeah. Now, when we talk about money is meant to be spent in an election in Nigerian society, for instance. I'm here now, I'll bring all my memorabilia for campaigns, my picture, my posters, my whatever, stickers.
And you printed them, you paid for the printing.
Those are, in election, you see, there's no place in the world that election is less expensive. In fact, in the US, it's far more expensive. It is the consciousness of this that gravitated into what we call organic obey movement that has given us the fillip in this process. For instance, people contribute 5 cents, 1 cent, 2 cents, $5 to Obama. In fact, Obama became president. After he became president, he started paying for the loan that he took as student to pay for it. But it is our whole election and the money spent on election is not directed towards actually the process, galvanizing the society, letting the people know what they need, who they should vote for, why they should vote for that person. Here, it is about bread and butter. For instance, I've been to places where people will tell me, first impression matter. You just came here, gives glorious speeches about what you need and how to get this done, Nigeria out of the doldrum and all of that. Where is our bread and butter?
Okay. How do you try to change that?
No, listen. Now, that has to do with this reorientation. For instance, people now believe that they now began to equate poverty with madness. They are not the same thing.
Okay.
So when you believe that when you are giving 5,000 naira today, and it goes to, in the next 4 years, you have to have wait for another 4,000 naira. It means you, as a journalist, and the civil society, and myself, we have not done enough. That's the truth. Second, the political elite, over the years, has ensured that the people are kept uninformed, uneducated. Even if they are educated, they are semi-educated, so that even when you now offer quasi-democracy, that doesn't offer service to the people feel that, okay, let's just continue like that.
Our bread is better than none.
Absolutely. But then it is even more worse than our bread is better than none. Nelson Mandela said, if you take a poisoned chalice knowingly and expect your enemy to die, he will die. You are the one who will die. Nigerians are the one who will suffer it. I don't want to use Nigeria as the one who will die. Nigeria will be the one to suffer the years of neglect. Because, two, they also must be told and informed and educated, too, that when they say their vote, or when they allow their vote to be bought, then they have sold their destiny. They have traded away their destiny. Because when an electoral robber, even if you don't use the word, or maybe because it's too harsh, takes your vote, manipulate your conscience, store your voice, and then get into power, you don't expect good road. Because it's not Father Christmas. You don't expect hospital. You need to recoup. You need to get some of those things off from wherever he gets the money from. And I've told people, I said, say you are not spending enough money. I said, I'm not here to go and borrow money to go and spend here. I'm here to liberate you. But if you think it is not important, I just go back to my job and have a second.
Okay, great one, Comrade Erasmus. Now, the question I'm going to ask you, that same question I'm going to ask you another way.
Yeah.
Now, you've been in the field. It's good. You know I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm not talking to an analyst. You know, we have so many persons that understand the problems. There are just few persons that are willing to help solve the problem. You've been to the field in your locality. You've started your campaigns and you've interacted with the people. I want you to be very candid this morning. You've preached Labour Party, your ideologies to the people. Do you see Labour Party as the party for the now or the party for the future? Because you just said something about reorientation, said something about realignment, you talked about paradigm shifts. You see, those things are actually what we need. But because of the time frame, 2023 election is few months away. Do you think Labour Party is actually ready for the 2023 election, or we should sit down and do a lot of work and project the Labour Party for the next election?
Let me tell you frankly, Labour Party is like a man. There's an adage in my place which says that anytime you wake up, it's your money. If you wake up in the afternoon, it's your money. If you wake up in the morning, it's your money. If you wake up at night, it's your money. Labour Party has been the party of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
I understand. But for now, you sure they are ready for it?
They are even more than ready now. You know why? Now, there is no person on the street of this country that is not a worker.
I quite understand.
We have been able to tell them.
Good.
Maybe not to every person, because it's difficult to get to everybody, including myself. I have not been able to do that. To tell everybody, look, this is your party. This party represents you. This is where you can have everything you need to live a decent life as a citizen of your country. That those who are there now are not represented well. First, there are two challenges, because building structure in terms of putting people together is expensive. That we must tell ourselves the truth about that. I've had my challenges at that level. Try to put people together to say, look, you come here. They will tell you, but I can't trek to that place. I don't want to waste my money. I want to use my money.
So are you not going to release funds for those persons?
No, it is not about fun. You see, the day the man realizes that he's naked is the day he gets his sanity.
I quite understand.
Now, it is on the basis of that
Yes.
that this reorientation I've told you has been on ground. And it's taking so much. No, let me tell you what the missing link. What the political elite, I don't want to call it vampire, who have been there over the years, believe that there's going to be one omnibus set of Anoshomole, for instance, who is the campaign DG of PDP, or someone who will just sit one place and talk to everybody and gather there. No. See, the world has moved beyond what they think. The world is in the hands of everybody.
Good.
With your telephone, you don't need to be blindfolded to be told that, oh, there's no more kidnapping. No, there's now electricity everywhere. Where you know that you just simply powered.
I quite understand.
Absolutely.
Now, you see, now we're going to narrow this conversation.
So that tells you that the thing has actually.
I quite understand. Let's narrow this conversation to your election. They say politics is local.
Yeah.
And you can't say the world has gone digital, and you see that because everybody have the word right in their palm. You see that in your house and want to do your campaign to become the rep representing our federal constituency through your phone or via social media. You have to take it to the people. The question, you started the conversation on a note that I could relate. That you, sometimes when you go for these town hall meetings to sell your ambition to this person, they'll tell you, why are you here empty-handed? That we don't want to hear speeches. That there are things that should be done. The question I'm asking you, comrade, I just want us to so that our viewers will get a better perspective of what is happening. Because that's the only way we can cause this shift you're talking of, because many of them, they are actually watching us. How do you intend to still continue with this, your stand? Let me use the word of your
we not a give chichi.
We not a give chichi. And you want to use we not a give chichi to win the election in 2023. How do you think to achieve that? Now you don't want to give chichi.
No.
Or you will give chili.
Let me tell you something. I think I actually gave a different interpretation to that when I was talking about, people were talking about bread and butter. That is shishi in another means, or by other means, by other means.
Understand. Now,
when you say that, let the people understand truly that there is no poor man anywhere in the world that they till the soil and eat from it. Then you take what is planted in the soil. But first, that's one of the reasons why the established political party, maybe establishing corruption, establishing several other means, whatever structure. Established. They kept, bogging us down with the fact that you don't have structure, you don't have money to share, and all of that. Now, why are they pounding their chest? I said so before. The reason why people like my governor is throwing spit into the air and collecting it with his face is that they have money to buy the people.
Did buy the people to prosecute the election?
No, now prosecuting the election is different. If it is that, now the people are sufficiently informed and aware that none of these two political parties over the years have shown what they can offer. I was there as a reporter. We had a lot of crisis over this theft, where I reported that 700 million naira daily, billion dollars daily, will be taken away from the system. Now, if that type of money is allowed to trickle down into the system, you won't tell me that there will be light in this place. You won't tell me that the road will not be fixed. You won't tell me that the president of this country had to keep going abroad for medical treatment. He's been here for more than a year.
Did you see the APC crowd when they came to when PDP crowd when Atiku came to Edo State? You saw the number of persons that were there. I know you are going to tell me that the crowds, they actually bought the president or they paid some president to come to the venue for the election. But that's what translates into votes.
No, it does not.
Why do you feel so?
Good. In war studies, that kind of manipulation, that kind of aggrandizement is called swaggery.
As in swagger?
Yeah, swaggery. They do that to swagger, to tell the people that we are here. Now, what was the message they sent to the people when they came here? Did you have any of their message?
In terms of the manifesto?
No, in terms of manifesto, in terms of security crisis, in terms of economy, in terms of joblessness, in terms of poverty, in terms of food scarcity, in terms of the dollar crisis, in terms of even the corruption that they perpetrated. Did they say anything about that?
They did.
What did they say?
Because they let us know that Nigeria is in crisis. Just the way your party tells us it's in crisis. But the question that we are looking at is how.
What I saw there was parochial divisiveness. You know, try to create crisis for the country so that there will be people will not be able to make a defined and informed choice.
Is that not what the election
This
is
same
about?
presidency.
Mind game?
No. This same presidency, this same Atiku was in Kaduna. He told the people there, he said, I want to be president of Nigeria. And what you want, the northern people want, is that they don't need an Igbo president. They don't need a Yoruba president. That it is Hausa president they need. He is not aware, including Obaseki, the governor himself, where he said, this country will be divided if APC wins. He's not even informed to the point that another 8 years of another Fulani presidency will create a crisis. The country will convulse.
Is that what we need now? Because we're looking at issues
now that's why I'm saying that you are only looking at the periphery of the Ragmatas.
So if Atiku is a Fulani man and he's one that have what it takes to lead this nation.
He didn't have it. If he had it, he would have told the people, this is what I'm bringing on the table. He said he brings ethnicity and religion and clannishness.
No, he just said
to the table.
He made that statement because of the set of persons he was speaking.
No, it should be pan-national. It should be pan-Nigerian. It should be a pan-Nigerian president that we're looking at. That's what as people. It's just, now they thought that they have taken Nigeria for a fool. They have taken Nigeria for a ride. They thought that we are stupid as they are, and that is why they will come here and said we have done so many crowds.
Okay,
without telling us the substance. What are you going to offer?
Okay, maybe next time.
Maybe
next time we have you on set, Comrade Erasmus. You will come with your party manifesto and go deal with
I can read them off from my head.
Line by line. But this time we don't have much time anymore. But I want to ask you, is this simple? Because this is going to be the last question. Yeah. Your star boy, when I say star boy, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Your star boy, he was once in APGA.
Yes.
From APGA, he moved to PDP.
Yes.
Contested under Atiku as his VP.
Yes.
They lost together.
Yes.
He brought the form to contest as president.
Yes.
He knew he's not going to get it.
Yes.
He now moved to Labour Party.
Okay.
Have you guys asked yourself this question? What becomes of Labour Party if after 2023 election, your party does not clinch the presidential seats and Starboy, as usual, decide to move to another party?
You have just made a case for APC and PDP because that is their postulation.
No, I'm just asking you.
No, I will answer it. Okay. It's just their postulation. That's what they have been saying. That you've been here, be there, and all of that. Now, if you are not given a chance to express your vicissitude as an individual, as a child, then they are likely not going to be successful in life. If you have other people totally above you, suppressing your glory. I'm now watching religious in that extent. Then you are likely not going to be able to be seen by people. For instance, who has ever said that there's a dull child anywhere else? It is because he didn't go to school. So when you give the leverage, the opportunity for people to excel, they will probably give them the best they can have. Now, if Obi didn't come out, even this national community and the global community and the world and Nigerians wouldn't know that the man has so much potential. But he'd be suppressed. He was in a political party in a regional place that couldn't give him all the latitude that he needed to be able for the people to see him. Now, put all these people on the same plane. Let's discuss the issue of Nigeria. They are saying, no, they don't come for interview. Give us your manifesto. Say, no, they have a spokesman who will come and speak for them. So why will you not come and speak for yourself, for the people to tell the people this is what we want? So those who are giving such excuses as the fact that the man has not been stable, it is also because the man has given them some bleeding nose.
Okay. Now, because though you have not answered my question, maybe then when next we have you on set, you are going to answer because you have not decided to tell us in clear terms what becomes of AP or Labour Party if you guys don't win the presidency.
I
and
told you
maybe-
Labour Party is the oldest political party in
Okay,
Nigeria. It's been
no
there.
problem.
It
So
continues to be
I
there.
hope to see you soon on set again so that
Thank
we
you so
can
much.
further discuss. But this time,
Thanks
we'll
so
not be
much.
discussing the issues of your party.
Thank you so
We'll be
much.
discussing your political
Thank you so
ambition.
much.
That's how much we can take on the
Thank you
show.
so
I'm
much.
sorry, our time is fast spent. Whenever we have an interesting guest like this, our time runs very fast. So please, I want to beg of you, kindly help us share this video across all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and please do not fail to subscribe to our YouTube channel, TSL Nigeria Space TV. And when you do that, please click on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to see any of our videos when they drop. I'll see you next week, Monday, God willing.